On this edition of Shelby This Week, new developments coming to the township. We'll tell you about a business's expansion you may have seen while driving on 23 Mile Road.
And updates to the sinkhole in Fraser. With all that work going on, find out who is making a deal with county officials when it comes to the construction going on.
And traffic deaths increasing in Macomb County, the staggering numbers of 2016, and what the Sheriff's Department wants you to do in 2017 to stop the increasing trend.
And as Selfridge celebrates 100 years, how you can educate yourself on their plea to bring a fight jet to the base, and what that means for the county. All of these, plus much more.
Right now.
We'll start first with a Shelby Township man who will now spend the next year in jail in connection with the deaths of two people.
Those two people were his friends who called him to pick them up when their car broke down. 26-year-old Joshua Shezlock was just sentenced after pleading guilty to 3 counts of reckless driving, causing serious injury.
The crash happened near Clinton, Michigan back in November of 2013. His PT Cruiser ran a red light and collided with another vehicle.
The crash killed his passengers, 22-year-old Zachary Mersuski and 16-year-old Jordan Kelter. Cheslock apologized in court, saying he wishes he could switch places with them. There was no alcohol in his system at the time of the crash, but evidence of marijuana.
The families of the victims have reached the settlements of $30,000 each in their civil lawsuits against him.
New developments in the township are popping up all over the place, and we have information on the latest one. If you've driven down 23 Mile near Van Dyke, you've probably noticed a new structure filling more than 18,000 square feet of land. We talked with Planning and Zoning Director Glenn Wynn, who says the National Storage Company is expanding, building new climate-controlled self-storage units. And as always, we will continue to update you as more developments are built in the township as we learn about them. And this sketch you see here is not just a drawing anymore. Fire Station number 5 is almost ready to fill with trained firefighters. We've been anxiously waiting to see the progress since the ground was broken back in August on the 5th fire station coming to Shana Road just north of 21 Mile. And take a look at what that sketch has become. The construction on the $2.2 million station is almost complete. It was expected to be done this month, but the finish date has been pushed back. The station will be staffed with about 4 or 5 firefighters and will be equipped with an ambulance, an engine, and utility vehicle. They expect the new station to open in mid-April, and Shelby TV, of course, will be there for the grand opening, and we'll give you a full tour here on Shelby This Week.
Vacant land is now getting a new purpose as crews continue to work on the sinkhole in Fraser. Property used to park construction equipment during ongoing repairs at the sewer collapse is now part of a formal lease between Macomb Community College and the County Public Works Office. The parcel sitting at the northeast corner of 15 Mile and Hayes Roads was owned by MCC, but has been vacant for several years. Since the collapse in December, construction vehicles, sewer pipes, and other equipment have moved on and off the property. The MCC board voted to lease it to the county as a staging area for $1 a month. This formally allows the use of the area for up to 1 year. Repairs to the sewer interceptor on 15 Mile Road are expected to last through most of this year. Once it's done, the Public Works Office must restore the college's property back to its previous condition. The number of people killed in traffic accidents on Macomb County roads increased in 2016, and traffic experts are putting the blame on distracted drivers. Figures for traffic deaths were gathered by Macomb County Traffic Safety Association for the year. The total number of deadly accidents rose by 10% over the previous year. The number of people killed rose by 9.4%. 58 people were killed in 55 accidents last year alone. The total number of accidents reached almost 26,000. Police say drivers need to be reminded talking on your cell phone, even if it's hands-free, takes up about 40% of your mind and takes away from the task at hand. And texting while driving increases your crash risk by 400%. Police say, bottom line, everyone is getting distracted behind the wheel, and many people are in a hurry to get to where they're going. Police want to remind you to be patient on the roads and eliminate distractions when you're driving.
And an update to what our state representative Peter Lucido is doing in Lansing. He was joined by 3 judges, Macomb County Circuit Court judges Carl Marlinga and Mark Switalski, and 42nd District Court Judge Dennis Ledoux to speak in support of House Joint Resolution G. This resolution proposes an amendment to the Michigan Constitution to remove the age limit in order to serve as a judge, which is currently set at age 70. Representative Lucido says he's seen many skilled judges forced off the bench while still in the prime of their lives due to an arbitrary age limit. He believes voters can exercise their discretion through the election process, and the state has options if a judge has medical issues which would preclude continued service. 4 Macomb County judges will be affected by the restriction in the coming years. 16 states in the U.S. have no retirement ages for judges. In order for the new rule to take effect, the resolution will have to pass by a 2/3 majority in both the House and Senate, and then it will go to the voters for approval in November of next year.
It's all systems go at Selfridge Air Base. Macomb County is pulling out all the stops in its effort to attract a new fighter jet to the National Guard base.
Selfridge is one of 5 bases under consideration to support the F-35 Lightning II, a stealth combat aircraft capable of both ground attack and air defense missions. And bringing the jet to Selfridge will give Macomb County an economic advantage by securing the long-term future of the Harrison Township compound.
If you think about base realignments and closures, when they close a base, it becomes somewhat of a wasteland. And anywhere in the country, once they decide they're going to get rid of a base, there's no real repurposing of that facility. And so the question becomes, what is the economic disadvantage it has for those communities? We don't want that ever to happen here. Every time they're talking about base realignments and closures of the BRAC studies, we get worried. We're thinking, oh my gosh, hope we don't get hit by that. If this F-35 comes here, it's going to solidify that base for the next generation to come.
County Executive Mark Hackle says Selfridge is unique in the defense industry for a big reason, giving it a competitive advantage. If Selfridge is selected, the jets will arrive in the early 2020s.
And there's a lot more to learn about the F-35s, and if you want to sign a campaign to bring them to Selfridge, head over to the county's new website, mif35.org.
Next on Shelby this week, healthy proteins are healthy for your body. We'll take you to Vincent Joe's to talk with a personal trainer on how to eat healthy meats and get a healthy dose of protein in your diet.
And we'll make recycling simple. You may not know what to do with unwanted clothing and kitchenware, but we have information on how you can recycle them coming up.
I would like to take a moment to share some fire safety tips for pet owners.
Remember, your pet can be curious, and curiosity can definitely start a fire.
Pets may bump into or knock over a variety of things, such as cooking equipment, lamps, candles.
As a reminder, do not leave any of these items unattended with your pet alone in the room.
Some pets like to chew. Please make sure that your pets don't chew on any electrical cords. If you do have a fire in your home, get out and stay out. Let the firefighters know when they get there that you have a pet inside your home.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back. A new restaurant is coming to Partridge Creek. Muir's Table and Bar will open for business this spring at the former Tin Fish space at Partridge Creek in Clinton Township. The 300-seat eatery will feature a raw bar with a variety of shellfish, lobster, oysters, and clams. Chefs will also prepare made-to-order sushi, along with steaks and poultry, and, of course, desserts. The restaurant will also have a live piano entertainment, craft beer, and specialty cocktails. Longtime restaurant owner Dave G. Muir will head up the operation. The opening is planned for late March.
The unseasonably warm weather has people thinking about spring and summer and how to get their bodies into beach mode. So I went over to Vincent Joe's with a personal trainer to figure out how anyone can clean up what they eat in time for spring. We are inside Vincent Joe's Gourmet Market. We have Eric Evans of Top Gun Fitness Facility that's right here in Shelby Township, and we're going to talk about protein, right?
Yeah, well, so Nick, when it comes to protein, obviously when we're talking about building or preserving any type of lean muscle tissue, Protein's going to be one of our necessities that we have to have in the body. And I think before you actually dip into what type of protein sources that we want to go to, first let's talk a little bit about what is protein.
Right.
And protein basically is a bunch of amino acids chained together and linked together with peptides that basically make up the genetical process or muscle tissue of protein. So,
And I understand there's a lot of proteins that people think are super good for you, but kind of over intake is not that good, correct?
yeah, you know, intake all kind of depends on the individual, their goals, and what they're trying to achieve, whether or not it's they're going through a weight loss or they're actually going through, you know, a bulk session or anything like that. It kind of all depends on what you're looking at. I mean, the grams per body pound can differ from person to person, and obviously everybody's metabolic rate's slightly different as well.
And earlier we were talking and you mentioned a word that I've heard of, but I don't know much about it. 2 words, amino acids.
Yeah.
What are amino
So
acids?
amino acids, the way that you can best describe them, these are basically like the fundamental building blocks of muscle tissue. It's what makes up protein. So when we talk about protein, protein's basically made up of a bunch of amino acids, like I said, linked together.
Is there an amount of time each week that you should be eating, say, a steak? Is there a number that exceeds too much or not enough? Does it all depend on the person, what they're looking to do?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. Yeah, it kind of all depends on the person, what you're looking to do. Some people have trouble digesting things like beef just because it takes a longer period for that to actually break down and digest. But, you know, generally if you're looking for, you know, I think at least adding 1 beef meal to a day is probably ideal, just because of the fact that if you're just simply tapping into one particular protein, for instance, say you're just eating chicken breast throughout the day, you're going to kind of miss out on the other differential nutrients that, like for instance, beef would bring compared to chicken, or what turkey would bring compared to chicken. So you want to tap into different types of protein sources, and that's with any type of like carbohydrate, natural fat as well.
So again, they have all that good stuff here at Vincent Joe's
Yeah.
Gourmet Market, and once you buy all that stuff, you get your diet going, then you can go to Top Gun, visit Eric.
Yeah.
He can really start getting that those proteins, turning into muscle and helping you with your goals, right?
100%, absolutely.
And where are you located again?
We're located on 23 Mile Road in between Shaner and 53 on the south side of the road off Central Industrial Drive.
Perfect. And then the Shelby Township location of Vincent Joe's is right down the road.
Yeah.
You can, after you work out, you can go get yourself a nice lean dinner and hit all those proteins, the fruits, the veggies, everything,
Absolutely.
and make it healthy. Thanks again.
Absolutely appreciate it.
If you've been feeling a little stressed out more than usual, you're actually not alone, and the reason might not shock you. The American Psychological Association says for the first time in 10 years, more Americans are reporting feeling more stressed. In a January survey, they rated their stress higher than compared to last August. On a scale of 1 to 10, they rated stress at an average of 5.1, jumping from 4.8. And health experts say the political climate is to blame. 57% of people polled said they were stressed about the political climate, jumping 5% in recent years. Experts say constant exposure to news via electronic devices and social media is a large contributor to elevated stress levels. But too much stress is a bad thing, which we know. So they say schedule time to give your brain a break by turning off electronic devices.
Deciding what to do with unwanted clothing and kitchenware can be a hassle, but Shelby Township is making it easier with its simple recycling program. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, only 15% of clothing are donated or recycled. The remaining 85% are thrown out and end up in a landfill, when most can be repurposed and recycled. The new initiative provides residents with curbside pickup for unwanted items like clothing, shoes, bed linens, books, toys, kitchenware, and tools. The pickup is on the same day as your regular trash and recycling collection days. All you need to do is fill designated green bags with the unwanted items and place them next to your trash cans. For these green bags, you can visit the Shelby Township DPW building or call this number on your screen, 866-835-5068.
If you want to improve the way you handle money, Michigan State University is offering a workshop to help you do just that. It's a free 3-week money management course for people of all incomes. The classes will focus on basic money-related activities. You'll learn a lot about things including how to create a spending plan, reduce debt, learn saving and investing strategies, and how to make realistic money goals. The workshops take place from 6 to 8 p.m. on the following Wednesdays, March 8th, March 15th, and the 22nd. They'll be held at the MSU Extension Building on Dunham Road in Clinton Township. Registration at this number on your screen is required. So it's kind of like a spring cleaning for your money.
Yeah, and the weather is really making it real easy to have that spring cleaning coming up.
Yeah, I need to do a lot of that. So I need to do it with my wallet and now with recycling.
Right. Still ahead on Shelby this week, we'll bring you sports highlights from the ice, where Eisenhower took on Dakota High School.
And a race to the 71st floor. We'll bring you scenes from inside the Detroit Renaissance Center as our Shelby Township firefighters compete in the Fight for Air climb.
Hi residents of Macomb County, I'm your Chief Animal Control Officer, Jeff Randazzo, and I just want to take a moment and talk to you about the Gibraltar Trade Center adoptions. One, we're very thankful to Gibraltar Trade Center for allowing us to do adoptions, and ever since its inaugural grand opening on August 29th, we have adopted out more than 50 animals every Saturday from 10 to 2. So if you are looking for a pet or family member, we'd love for you to come there. Again, it's Saturday 10 to 2. Over at Gibraltar Trade Center in Mount Clemens. And we bring all the animals, the homeless animals, here from Macomb County Animal Control that were picked up in your community. So it's your way of getting involved, and thank you for all your support. We truly are blessed to have you here.
We have some sad news to report from the Humane Society of Macomb for all animal lovers. The organization that sits on 22 Mile Road in Utica has been a home for many dogs, cats, birds, and horses. While the Humane Society announced that one of their horses, named Donkey, has passed away. They said while a night guard was making his normal rounds, the horse was found dead in the early morning hours of February 23rd. They estimated his age at over 30 years old. Donkey was the horse that lived in the back barn of the property. The horse that you may see while driving down 22 Mile Road in the front, her name is Star, and she's still living there. The Humane Society said on Facebook, quote, about Donkey's death, "Our hearts are broken as we have truly lost a friend."
The past couple of weeks, we've been bringing you highlights from the court. This week, we're taking it to the ice. Eisenhower went up against Dakota in varsity hockey, and we've got the highlights from their win.
The waning moments of the MAC Red season. Eisenhower taking on Dakota. Jacob Burns with a shot from just beyond the circle. Rebound, Zach Hamilton. And then Matt Hayes tries to put it in the back of the net, but covered up by Aaron Reedon. Jacob Burns from just inside the blue line sends a laser in the back of the net, and Eisenhower is up 2-1. Zach Barrett for the Eisenhower Eagles, skating in off the chest of Aaron Reardon, bounces out for a dangerous rebound, but he reaches out and covers up. Nice glove save right here by Aaron Reardon for the Dakota Cougars. More Eisenhower pressure, this time Troy McLaughlin. Still in the second period, Eisenhower trying to lengthen their lead. Almost does it, but off the post. And evening up the score at 2, Amelie Schmidt for the Dakota Cougars. Moving into the third, Eisenhower pressuring just past the outstretched hands of Aaron Reardon. Adrian DeBrango in the back of the net. And now it's 3-2 Eisenhower. Josh Zara trying to bring it around the back of the net. A scrum out in front. And Zach Hamilton gets a stick on it. Trickles past the goalkeep. 4-2 Eisenhower. Now off to the races, Matt Hayes, breakaway. Backhand shot, top right corner, it's 5-2. Alec Prozondik goes high, blocker side, and it's 5-3. Massive collision here as it sends Connor Frederick for the Dakota Cougars reeling. But Dakota couldn't muster a comeback. Final score, Eisenhower Eagles 5, Dakota Cougars 3.
Firefighters from all over the Metro Detroit area came to the Renaissance Center to climb 71 flights of stairs, and our Shelby Township firefighters joined the good cause.
Hey, Team Shelby! Team Shelby!
The Fight for Air climb requires the firefighters participating to raise money. All the proceeds go to lung health research, education, and advocacy in Michigan. This year, there was more than 1,500 participants.
And these firefighters climbed all those stairs in full gear, which adds about 50 pounds. The winners of this year's Fight for the Climb were firefighters from the St. Clair Shores Department.
Congratulations to our Shelby crew for getting through it.
Absolutely. And that's all the time we have here on Shelby this week. Nick, we've had some great February weather, like just unseasonably warm. What did you do during that time?
Well, I'd like to credit the weather to me joining you here as co-anchoring Shelby this week. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully it won't be the last time.
Absolutely.
And maybe I'll bring some warm weather. I know it's cooling down this week. But
that's what we might need. Well, on my time during the warm weather, we were actually lucky enough to go to Riverbends Park. Oh, wow. So we're going to leave you with scenes from Riverbends Park and the skate park that they have there. A bunch of kids were outside, and it seemed like a really great day.
And don't forget, you can watch us all the time on shelbytv.org and, of course, on our Shelby TV Facebook page.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.